And welcome to Battlefield Banter Bootcamp. This is something new that we are trying. Doug and I are trying. We are going to have a teach-in. Would that be the right word? A teach of the Fighting Formations 29th Infantry Division, the relatively new board game from GMT, which follows up on the original Fighting Formations Gross Deutschland, I think it was.
And to you viewers, we're trying to come up with different topics rather than just the typical combat commander playthrough where I get thrashed by Mark. We realize that might get a little boring. So
I
we
never get
thought we'd try
I never get
something
bored.
new.
That never bores me. I don't know. It's character
Yeah, I'm
flaw.
sure you're never bored. Yes. Never bored with a good thrashing, although I learn a lot. So from my perspective, it's kind of the newbie. Mark has been after me to try fighting formations a lot. I actually bought the base game in this series. I can't pronounce Gross Deutschland. Um, I own that, and we played a scenario, maybe two. I can't remember. Mark, do you
hmm
remember?
we started in on the base scenario, the training scenario, and it was going
Yeah,
well. You were
but it
hanging in
didn't.
there. It was a very close game. I seem to recall.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's kind of fun. It's definitely a different game than Combat Commander. It's got this unique initiative track that they can probably see on screen that goes back and forth.
Yes, they
You
can.
pick the
Yep.
orders, so
hmm
there's a little bit of gamesmanship there.
hmm
But it's got tanks and half
It's
tracks
got
and
tanks.
more combined
Yes.
arms.
hmm Right. So we're not going
Yeah.
to do a detailed rules teach. We're going to sort of battlefield banter style jump in and explain the rules as we as they are needed, so to speak. But we'll give a little bit of an intro. What Doug just alluded to there is the order matrix you can see on the screen is a game within a game. So what happens is you've got this disc down here. The initiative track on the disc is in the favor of the Germans by 1, and the Germans have to choose one of these cubes from the order matrix. And this training scenario that it's all preceded, so they're all as one cube in every order, and then and also the setup is all preordained. But if you want to play one of your asset cards, you choose the asset cube and you pay 1. Or you could actually, if you wanted to be tricky and deny somebody else a different order, you could play any cube above the asset cube. You could play a 10 if you really wanted to, and then say, well, I'm spending 10 initiative, but I'm doing any order below that. So that's where it's sort of like a game within a game starts up, because if you were to spend an awful lot of initiative, then really you're handing by spending an awful lot of points and shift the initiative track to your opponent's side to a large degree, then there's a potential for your opponent having multiple turns back to back before the initiative cylinder there moves back onto your side. So it's not a you go, I go kind of. The game is determined by the initiative, and you can see those orders on
Yeah.
the left there, the Americans, and the right, the Germans. They cost the asset is the same, the fire is the same, but beyond that, the move for the Germans is only costs you 3 initiative, but a move on the left for the Americans over here costs you 4 initiative. Advance for the US is 5, but the advance for the Germans is 6, and that's how the designers have tried to
Which are
incorporate.
Chad Jensen and Kai Jensen. Obviously, we've lost Chad, but
Mhm.
yeah, that's kind of what I think that's to differentiate between the nationalities, right?
Exactly, exactly. Yeah.
The
Uh-huh.
very subtly. I mean, Combat Commander has the same kind of thing with the different unique compositions of the bait deck.
All right. Mhm.
But yeah, I like this because I think it gives you a little bit more agency in trying to sequence your moves,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
In that you can decide, well, I'm just going to do one this time, and hopefully he'll do something big, and then I can get two things in the
Right,
next turn.
right. Okay, so that's probably enough yakking. Let me just jump in because I'm the Germans, and as the Germans you can see have the initiative, so they are starting. And so in this scenario, if I just scroll down, as I'm zoomed in on the map here, you've got the Americans set up here, and they control one objective. And then these red, scroll down the map here, these red hexes I'm highlighting are the objectives in the middle that are to be fought over. And then the Germans down here have one objective. The winner of this battle, when time runs out, is the side with the most objectives. Casualties don't matter in this particular game. And so, looking at back up to the time track, we're starting on turn 12, and then we have a sudden death roll off on turn 16, where I believe we roll a 1d20.
Okay.
So it's quite likely it'll end on turn 16.
All right. And so the audience, the projected audience for this, anybody that likes the banter, but also I would say if you've got one friend who has played the game before and another who hasn't, we're hoping this is useful to you. So I'll be just kind of asking questions that I truly want to know the answer to. But I think, as Mark has said, we presume a little bit of knowledge about the game, but hopefully this is a video that will introduce more people to what we both think is an outstanding game in a great series.
Right.
And it's all GMT quality. Mark actually owns the game. He got it. And has said it's pretty good stuff.
Right. Yep. And as we work through all the orders, you should on the order matrix here, we'll hit most of them, I imagine. Then we'll explain what we're doing and why we're doing it. So first of all, the Germans they have to get on the move here. So I think they are going to play. Scroll up here. They're going to play.
Can I ask one quick question,
sure,
Mark?
go for it. Yes.
All right. So the actual victory points, where's the track that we record that? Or is there a track that
There's
I just don't
no
see yet?
track. No, you're just going to count up the number of, in this particular scenario, the
number of the red hexagons?
Hexes, yes, yeah. So there's no track for that.
All right. And I got you. There's no VP. Although in other scenarios, I kind of recall there might have been, but for this one, it's just red hexes. So there's 5 in play. We each own one. I'm in.
Right. Okay.
All right.
So I'm going to move. So that means I need to take up on the order matrix here. I need to take this cube here, which is going to cost me 3. So what I do is I move this across on the Vassal module, and this track display is also exactly the same as you'll see on the hard copy of the game. I move it over that one cube over to this area up here, and I spend 3. So I've 1, 2, 3. So what we do know is I'm only going to get one move order, and then after that it's going to be back to Doug for his response. So then how do I move components? Well, you'll see on the available command disk here, and this is interesting, on the command control track, the US, this scenario set 1944, and the designers have given the US a command radius of 3 hexes, and the Germans only a command radius of 2. So it's a representation that the American leadership is a bit more competent at this stage of the war than the Germans. So how do we do the move? Well, you could just move pieces individually, but with no leader on the map, that would be very expensive because each unit costs you each unordered unit would cost you 2 initiatives. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take one of my available command markers. I have 2, and I'm going to drop that, and you can drop that onto the map at any point. I'm going to drop that. Well, looks like the MG42, and this is the setup I was handed, is over there, is going to be out of command unless I do something. So I'm going to put it there, which is a little bit odd because it's not. If you're looking, Doug, it's down the bottom of the map, and then I'm going to show the command radius is right there. That puts everybody in command. So I could actually.
Well, you've got one guy out of command.
Oh, that guy up there, yeah. So this is.
Yeah, that guy's out of command.
So I don't want that either. So if I move it there, it looks like I'm kind of stuck. And what I don't want to do at this stage is drop down 2 mission command markers, because these guys here, the initial turn, when we're spending these 10 orders from the command matrix, ordered units, as the 0 indicates that the cost of initiative cost for ordering units, activating them, should say, is 0. Next turn it'll be 1, and then this thing vanishes off the map while it rests, and then it's a 3-turn cycle. It's only available again on the next turn. So there's like a 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to see this back again as a 0 for 4 turns.
Yeah.
So it's
So you sort of want to alternate them.
right. Yeah. So
Yeah. Okay.
given that I can't do that, that's the interesting setup there. I think I will put it here, and I'll just have to pay the price to move this guy if I wish to move it at all, because he's
Now,
really not doing much
y-
good way down here.
yeah. Now you played a move order, so
Hmm.
does that only apply, kind of like Combat Commander, to the units that are in this command marker's range?
Well, now the second step is I activate the units I wish to uh, execute the move order. So I'm going to select them all, and then I'm going to right click and then say activate, and they all flip over, and you'll see they've all got white stripes on them now. And their stats have subtly
Okay.
changed. This is one of the beauties of this system here. Then you flip them over on the activated side. The middle number here is the green, and the infantry MG34 here is now the movement allowance. Their morale has dropped down from 12 when they were static to 11 now that they're moving. So if there was any op fire going to happen, they would be more vulnerable. And,
I
uh, and
see.
and over on the tank here, you've got the 12 movement, and it's in blue because it's armored. It's not green is leg and or infantry, and the blue indicates it's got 12 movement points for armored. So
Those guys sitting on the armor, or are they just kind of beside them
no, they're in the same
in the same
hex.
hex,
Yes,
same
yeah,
proximity, so to speak?
right,
Okay.
right, yeah. The except in buildings where you can only have one platoon of tanks in a building hex, there are no stacking limits here. But the downside of overstacking is that if you fire into a stack, every unit has to roll for a defensive roll. And so if you happen to drop artillery down on a very densely occupied stack, then every unit would be rolling for that. And so it would be against I think actually artillery.
Mhm.
I take that back. I think
What
I'd
do
have to
you
check that.
what
I think you roll multiple attacks against every unit in the hex. So that would
Oh,
be so
wow.
that's it discourages you to overstack. Right. So here
How
we
do
go.
you,
Mhm.
how do you eliminate the units from the view? Like, if I just wanna
Oh, on the
see
Vassal
the
thing,
terrain under in the Vassal mod,
I
yeah.
think it's the globe symbol there. The globe symbol to the left of LOS, to the left of smoke, to the right
Oh,
of the
yeah.
yes.
I'll hide all
There
pieces.
you go.
Okay. Oh, so your command marker's in a building, so to speak.
Yes, it is. Yeah, but the
Yeah,
command
and you
marker,
control that.
you can
Okay.
drop. I could drop a command marker down anywhere on the map. It's a
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
not a person,
no,
it's
no,
just a
right,
a a leadership marker.
right. However, if it is if one of the enemy rolls over that command marker, then it's eliminated from the game. So you do need to protect them. They can
And,
yes.
I was gonna say, Kai Jensen made that abundantly clear. In fact, we might even wanna put in our comments a link to Patrick Pence's tutorial with Kai Jensen. I mean,
Uh-huh.
two of the best names in the industry,
Right.
not playing this game, but Kai is teaching people how to play it. And
Right.
this originally was a virtual part of the San Diego IstCon.
Mm,
I
mm-hmm.
think it was either earlier in the spring this year or maybe all the way back to last November. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's get cracking. Let's move this unit here, this infantry unit. And so he's going to move along the road. So that is this terrain here is open terrain. This is road on open terrain. And so if we look at the terrain effects chart here, I'll bring out the picture. Open ground, it costs 1 to move. An infantry, it's actually field is 1.5, rough woods building is 2. So it's pretty easy. And is there any field in this? So all you've got in this training scenario, you've got the woods here, and you've got the rough here. So that's 2 movement points in the building here. So he's
And
just
do you
going to
get
get
like, is it a half a point for a road?
for the infantry. No, but for the armor,
No,
it is.
it is. Okay.
Looking at the road here. It is 1/2 a point. Yes, 1/2 of a movement point. And then for
Okay.
wheeled it's 1/4. And if you look at your vehicle there, your armored car, I believe, is wheeled. So he can
Oh, okay.
dash around the map pretty quickly. Right. So what you want to do here is you don't want to split up your units because you always are going to be wanting to. You don't want to play more command markers, mission command markers than you have available. So, but I'm just gonna head down the road just for grins. 1, 2, and this is where if you had there's opportunity fire in this game. So if you had a line of sight to these guys, then you could say stop and try and fire. But there's no, I don't think it's line of sight at this point. 3,
No,
4,
the woods
5,
over here are
6. Yes,
blocking everything.
right, right. So that's that, and then once he's activated, or once he's done his activation, then and the opponent's had a chance to respond with op fire and so forth, you deactivate the unit. So then you flip him back, and then you go on with the next one. So we'll move all the infantry just to see how far they can get. So this infantry here, I mean, we could take a different path just to show it. He could go 1, 2, and then he could go through the woods. 3, 4, 5, 6. Just a different path there,
Okay.
and he's done that, and he's deactivated. The tank. So I could send the tanks. This guy's got 12, and so it's a Stug. It's only if I just flip him over the other side, you can see the little dot on the left of Stug indicates a little line. Actually, it's a line, not a dot. It's a resolution on the actual counter that indicates it is a section and not a full platoon. So whereas I think if the American Sherman up there has got the 3 on the top left, has got the 3 little lines indicating it's a full platoon. So what
Oh, right.
your tank up there, the M4A1, effectively is 3 sections. You could deploy that into 3 sections. My 3 sections, I could deploy them into one. I could like reverse deploy into one platoon if I wanted to, but I'm not going to do that because I like the flexibility of.
Okay.
So he's going to move. So the tank here has to move here because that's his facing. You always have to move a vehicle into the hex he's facing. So his 2 options are: one is he could change facing, and that's spend a movement point by. Let's see if I can change facing is rotate counterclockwise, shift right, shift left. Okay, so if I wanted to change facing, that would cost me 1 movement point, and then I could go 2,
Okay.
right? But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use the road movement because it's a lot faster. So I'm going to 1, and once that's half a movement point rather. And once you've moved, you have a free facing change. So there's my free facing change, right? And you do that actually before any incoming op fire appears. So you complete your move as one that's a 1 movement point, and as my facing change, and then the opponent would be able to op fire, right? So you can't op
Yeah.
fire before the
Okay.
free facing changes take place. So
Yeah.
this is all half a movement point here. So that's another movement point. That's 2,
Ooh.
3, and then so at some point I may be coming into a line of sight, but I don't think so. And
I
so
don't think so
right.
because you got those woods and then
Hmm.
you've got these buildings here.
Right, right. But if I was to rush
So
for
it
that
just
building, for example, let's just try that just for fun. So that's 3.
up here.
So yeah, I'm going to keep on going. And if you spot me in a line of sight with the line of sight tool you got there on the Vassal module, then just stop. So that's 3, I think. So 4, 5. Now this is interesting here. So normally, you see where the white dot is on this building here. If there's a white dot in that's covered by a terrain feature of building or woods, armor cannot enter that hex. This one here, the white dot is on the building, but there's a road through the hex. So the tank, the armored unit, can get in this way or this way, but cannot get in this way or this way. Does that make sense? Or this way, come to that. Because the white
Yeah.
dot covers the building. If there's any building, so this is also no armor can get in there. This one, no armor. So except via the road, no armor can get into this one at all because there's no road to that hex, right? So that's a little subtlety there.
Yeah.
No armor can get into this wood. So if you put infantry here, they're never going to be assaulted by a tank. Anyway,
Would it be fair to say in a hex like this, you could not enter the hex from here or here, or did you just say
right,
that?
with armor. That's right, with
Yeah,
armor.
yeah, with armor
Right,
has to be along the road.
right.
Okay.
Now, if the white dot is outside of a building, then that's not the case. That means that the buildings are spread out sufficiently so you can sneak a tank in there.
Yeah, which I don't think we have any on this.
Doesn't look like it,
Yeah.
actually. It
They're
doesn't look
all
like it.
they're all in the buildings.
So I've got one. Let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I thought where did I start? I started here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 of my 12. So I'm going to just carry on.
I
Uh,
did check the line of sight.
blocked.
This building hex is in the line of sight
Uh-huh.
of my Sherman.
Right. And he's got a pretty
I
potent
can
tank on him.
fire. Yeah,
Right.
there's woods and woods, but it
Right.
it makes it just through.
What about this building? Let's have a look.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I can hit.
Oh, you can hit that one. So if I was to take that,
Yeah.
then you would get a shot and you would be shooting with 19 against my defense of 22. Well, okay. You know what? It's a training game. I'm going to do it. So this guy here can easily make it. Whoops. Why isn't he moving anymore? Is it shift? There we go. There. Takes that objective. So you go in the Vassal module, you can go to, I think it's markers. I could find markers. Is it markers? Oh, there they are over there. Miscellaneous markers. Probably there. And put a drag control marker down there. Right? So I'm winning.
Hmm.
We'll
Yeah.
see how long this lasts though. So okay. And then because I'm just gonna go for it because this may, as I said, this is not a brilliant. I've played this game quite a lot. Not very good at it. And then I go there, and then before you op fire, now is my chance to do a free facing change. But the facing
Although I would think
front
you would.
facing is within this arc here, so I'm going to leave it the way it is.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, I was going to say, I think
right
you're in the front.
now at this point, you would say, if you wish, you now have. Well, this guy's got
Fire
armor,
opportunity.
and this guy has op fire, but it's a much. So let's have a quick look at the stats here. This armored car, for example, the left-hand side is the attack strength, and the 10 with the 7 superscript is the 10 is the fire attack strength, and the 7 is the range. And the white beneath it indicates it can shoot at soft targets with a attack strength of 12, but only a range of 4. And so looking at and then the ones on the right there are the defensive values for armor and
Okay.
for. So looking at your tank, your platoon of M4A1s there, they're pretty beefy. 19 at a range of 8. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So within the minute, you're within the 8 range. If
Yeah.
this was an 8 or above 8, you could still fire, but you would not be rolling with 2d10s. You'd roll with 2d8s. So but anyway.
Okay.
So there we
So
go.
the default dice for armor is 2d10.
The default dice for any attack is 2d10.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Right.
And then you roll stronger dice or weaker dice that kind of replicates your column shift.
Yes, yeah. If
2
you were
to
at
whatever.
point
Okay.
blank range, if you were adjacent, you move up from 2d10 to 2d12s. If you were at
Okay.
more than, if you're at outside of your, let's have a look at this 50 cal here. This 50 cal actually has got anti-armor with a 2. It could fire this guy here, but whether it would be ineffective. But just as an example, it's got a range of 1, 2, 3. So up to any target up to 3 hexes, it would be a 2d10. Any target up to 4, 5, 6, like double the 3, it would be a 2d8. And any beyond that, it would be a 2d6. If it's less than 2d6, then the shot doesn't you can't take the shot. So that's basically how the range works. And so you'd be shooting with, if this Sherman, shooting with a 19 2d10s. I should put, because I'm in a building here, I should put a in column marker on the tank, so I don't get any defensive terrain benefits. So again, this might not have been the best move, but these stugs are pretty tough. If you look at the bottom right marker on the stug, the 22 is their frontal armor defense, and the 13 would be the flank defense. If your shot was incoming outside of the frontal arc of the stug, then my defense roll will be 13. So my defense value will be 13. So I will be rolling 2d10s. You'll be rolling 2d10s. But you'll be firing on 19. I'll be firing on 22. In theory, the odds are on my side. We'll see.
Wait, so you're firing
No,
back at me?
I'm not firing. Sorry. You'll be firing at 19, right? My defensive roll. My defensive armor
Starts
value
at
is
22.
22. So I do a defensive roll, just like Combat Commanders.
Okay, I got you.
Right.
Okay.
So your options are, if you wanted to just say I'm doing op fire with as many units as you like, and you would then two options. One is you just pay the initiative per unit as you fire those units. They can each fire one time, or you drop down a command marker to reduce the cost of the op fire attack. So if you didn't drop down a command marker, for example, and you fired this guy here, it would cost you 2 initiative because he's out of command. And so then the
I
cylinder
see.
would move back to the 0. And I don't know
Right.
who has got the initiative card in this. Do I have it,
I don't
or
know. I
do I
didn't
have
see
in the assets
my asset
cards?
cards.
I think you have it
We
because
haven't drawn any asset
oh well,
cards. I don't
they
have
were
it.
preordained, so you've got 2 asset cards, and I think if you look on
Where
US assets,
I just did. There's Oh wait,
yeah,
I looked at asset
no,
cards.
US assets,
Oh, US assets.
right?
Oh yeah,
You've got
there's
the
the
initiative.
fake card.
So if this guy, it's one of the fate card operates exactly the same as the Combat Commander game, but the other
Yeah.
superpower is if the initiative is tied at 0, then the holder of the fate card is the first player. So it's another reason to hang on to the initiative card. Anyway, you
Yeah.
probably do want to deploy a command marker rather, because you're going to be moving or ordering your troops on the very next turn.
Right. And I
So
use it for that, right?
you use it for everything, basically. Use it for any. So you got the order matrix here.
Okay.
Anything you do, you're going to be activating units. With the exception of an asset. The bottom one is when you play one of your cards, and then division support is and regimental support is when you get more cards.
Yeah.
Everything else you've got to activate units for. So you're dropping your
All
command
right.
marker there, and he's got the three hex range. So if
Yeah.
you can turn it on in the Vassal module, you can turn it on to C. There we go. So
Yeah.
everything is in command there. So that's the ideal spot for that. All right. So
All right.
you're
So,
you're up firing. We've confirmed there's a line of
um,
sight. There,
yeah.
there
1, 2,
is.
3,
Yep.
4, 5,
hmm
6.
Just like Combat Commander, you have to touch the terrain feature if you touch the terrain feature, it blocks the line of sight. So even though the line of sight is going through hex D3, it's not hitting the woods artwork. So the line of sight is clear.
Yeah.
All right.
Good. Okay.
So
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 2d10, right?
so your tank doesn't have any. Does my tank have it? Let me scroll down here. All right. So the German tank has A and an S written on the marker, indicating it's got powers for A is I think it's armor piercing, discarding salvo. I can play an initiative card to bump up the attack value, and S is
I don't
probably
see the A and
smoke.
the S.
You have to look on the Stug 3 down the bottom. It's obscured at the moment by my column marker in F5.
Oh, okay. All
But
right.
but the key thing for you is the Sherman does not have that advantage, so you cannot play a card to boost your attack strength. But
Okay.
you're at longer range anyway, so that card would be a limited effect. So you're just rolling two
All right.
d10s. So and you're going to add that. There's more math in this game than Combat Commander. The numbers are bigger.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah.
19. The numbers are a lot
Right.
bigger.
Now, before you roll, anytime you roll a 1 on either of your dice, it's a miss. Right?
That sucks.
So there's
All right.
always a 1 hindrance. Okay. Are you ready to roll?
All right. I'm ready. Here we go. 2d10s.
You rolled a
5 and a
5 and a
4.
4. That is
Well,
90.
that makes
Well, that's 9.
9,
Plus that is
9 plus 10 is 29. Do we put that in the chat?
well, you rolled a 9 plus 19 is
Oh, that's
28.
28.
Yeah. So you put that in the chat.
28.
Now, the other thing is
All
that
right.
that little 2 triangular number on the Sherman is its rate of fire, which is impressively low value. If you had rolled a 2 or less on either of those 2 dice, then we would have marked this tank as spent and it could no longer op fire. Let's say I brought up a second tank,
Oh,
but
wow.
so your infant all of your machine guns have a value of 2. Your rifle guys have value of 4. And the other machine guns on the right have a value of 3. So they're all very low values. So so anyway, you're not spent, but you can only fire once per. Right. So
Okay.
28, and I am a. Really, that's all you got. 19 plus 2d10s. I suppose that wasn't a particularly high roll for 2d10s, right? And then, of course, now you can
No,
say, well, that's not a very high roll. It's up to you.
no, I'm not
You
going
can
to.
play the fake
I'm
card.
not. Yeah, thank you. That's it's
I'm
an
just giving you.
instructional video, so
Yes,
the
I'm just
viewer
the
knows Mark's
options.
just trying to explain the rules. But as many of the regular viewers of the banter know,
Yeah.
many of you, I'm hoping this is the first time you've checked into us. Mark has a habit of offering very helpful suggestions, but you should always learn to not follow them because usually they play to
All right. Yeah.
his
I mean,
overall
it's a
stress.
training game, but we still have natural competitive instincts coming out.
That's we do.
All right. So if you
Uh,
look here, then my defense value for this Stug is a very tough vehicle, 22. It's in column in a building, no terrain benefit because of being in town, whereas infantry would have a +4 added there. But so I need to beat 28. All right, here's my roll, 2d10s, and comfortably beat that. So I survived that attack. So
with a
he
10.
with a 10, yeah. So the 13 added to my 22 is
Yeah,
35. So easy.
very
Now
comfortable.
your interestingly here your armored car. Let's talk about this. It's probably not worth it firing. However, of
No, I
course,
don't want to fight.
that was a free because you deployed the mission command marker here. It didn't cost you any initiative. So this guy here would be shooting with a 10, but if you note, the target is outside of his frontal arc, right?
Oh, right.
Right. So, and I think you do have line of sight still from this guy, right? Yes, you do.
I assume
So,
so.
so the circle on the top right there, the circle means that this is a turreted vehicle. So if it was, and remember this is free, so there's a case of why not? You're not running out the clock. There's no, you're not going to
Oh,
trigger a
that's
time
true.
event, but you might get really lucky. But he can, this guy can do two things. And there might be an advantage in doing it. I'll tell you what. Well, the first thing is he can rotate the turret, and he can fire here. So the vehicle doesn't change facing, but he would. If you look at the table of see the charts here, the player aids, I believe it's described. When you rotate a turret, you'll move down from 1d 2d10 rather, to 2d8. So I thought that was listed here somewhere, but I don't see. I'm pretty sure it is direct fire attacks, return fire. I'm not seeing it, but the 2d10. Oh, here it is. Nope. 1d 1d into flank fire. Minus 2d into flank fire arc, strict or loose with pivot, without pivot. Well, what happens is I'm not quite following that, but you can fire this armored car. It can with a 2d 8 into this guy here because it.
D8.
Yeah.
Is there a marker or anything
No,
that
no.
we
You
put
just
down that
just
the
say
turret?
nope. You just
You
because
just
you're just
turn
doing
and
a
move.
roll, right? No, this unit
Yeah.
is not moving. 2d8. The other
Right.
option
The
is
unit's not. The
right.
turret is moving.
Right. The other option is it can in opfire it can rotate its facing, and that's a minus 2d. So it'd go from 2d10 to 2d6, and so you can change your
Yeah.
facing. Now, why would you do that? Well, you
Well,
might.
when you fire back, I
Well,
might want a
on
different facing.
next turn, for example, you might want to be. You might if it's an anti-tank gun in particular, you might want to. It's like a free change of facing, if you like. But so it's something to think
Yeah.
about. The other what bear in mind is if you did that, then you'd have to move into this hex, that would be fine as well because then you'd be hiding behind the trees, right? So
Right.
the line of sight would be blocked. But also next time you move, if you move here, then you're hiding behind a tree. So it really doesn't matter. But it's sometimes
Yeah.
you'll want to do that to take advantage of that sort of air quotes free facing
Well, and I
change.
could see changing the facing because this guy,
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't want him to hit me in the flank when he fires.
Right, but you'll be going first. You'll be going next because if you look at the
But
initiative,
I'll be
yeah,
moving before him. Right.
presumably you're
Okay.
gonna take a move. You're gonna play a move order, I would think, next.
Right.
I mean, you don't have to. You could play a fire order next. But anyway, if you could stand in that case,
Yeah.
yeah. So your options are next turn. Are you going to move this guy out of the way, or are you going to play a fire command and have this guy shoot again? So
Right.
that's for the next turn. For this turn here,
That's for the
this
next.
is a free shot,
Yeah.
opportunity
So I
fire.
might as well take it. That
Yes,
would be 2d8s because the turret is moving.
correct. Yes,
And I'm firing with a 10.
and your range is 7. So 1, 2, 3,
7.
4,
1,
5,
2,
7. Yes,
3,
so
4.
you're within normal range.
All right, here we go. 2d8s.
So
4 and a 6.
so again, you're not spent because of the 3 indicator there. You rolled a 4 and a 6. You didn't miss because you didn't roll a 1. So you have a 10 shot plus your 10.
10
That's a 20.
plus my 10. It's a 20.
Yeah, I'm a 22, so it's no point me rolling. So I've exceeded it already.
Yep.
Right? And then I think you've got nothing else. There's no your infantry. They have they can only fire the white, the 16-3 on your rifle platoon. They are only effective unless you have a card with a Panzerfaust or something like that on it. They cannot damage tanks by fire, but they are good if they meleeed this vehicle in town. That would be bad news for my tank. So he's potentially a little bit exposed there. So and I'm stopping there. He is going to be deactivated, and I've claimed another objective. So I'm going to clone that one and put that there. Right. So that's that done. And on to the next tank. Well, so that my problem is, though, that my units are now getting spread all over the map. That's going to be a big leadership problem for me shortly.
Yeah.
Because I left my tanks have outrun my infantry. All right. I'm going to carry on then. This other tank from the bottom is going to start moving. So he's going to go 1, 2. Let me see. That's actually an interesting point. Let me just go back here. He came from why isn't he moving? He's just rotating. Is this a vassal problem? I thought he would be okay. That one's going that way, and that one's rotating. Oh, I think something's up with the vassal module. Yeah, okay. I think I've. So he went there, changed. Okay, there, changed. Right. He only changed one. I think you're allowed in the facing change. It's only one hex side you're
One
allowed to
per
change,
hex
and
move
if you want
forward. Yeah.
to beyond that, you need to spend a movement point. So anyway, he's gone 1, 2, and that's 3, 4. I think I'm going to keep my tanks together. 5. Do I want to give you another shot, though? That's a good point. Good question. No, he's going to stop there. I'm going to keep I'm going to send that tank out there as a sort of forlorn hope, and then the rest of them are going to hang back here. So my infantry machine gunner down here, you'll notice he doesn't have the movement capacity. He's carrying heavy equipment of the rifle. He's only got 5 movement points rather than 6. So, but he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he is. I don't think you can see him, so I can safely just deactivate him. The tank here, down here, is going to carry the command marker with it. But the command marker, they don't move by themselves. They have to be carried by any unit, and so and they can be handed off at any point. So you can have a tank carry a command marker to another tank, which you then carry along, so they can really dash around the map. But so it's on the Vassal module. It's a bit tricky to move them both. So I'm just letting you know that wherever this tank goes, the command marker is going. So let's find the tank. There we go. Here, and we're off. 1. Oops. I think that's 2. Well, he's not going to go the full 12, so I can just where is he going to go? To guard that in case you come dashing down that side. I don't think you're going to do that. I think he's going to head over towards the. I think he'll just stop there. Actually, he'll stop there just in case you try anything tricky and deactivate. And remember, he brought the mission command marker. So I'm positioning this mission command marker so that all these units will be in command. That's my hope for next turn.
Yeah.
Can the rifle guy get into command? Let's have a look. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Gets into command and then deactivates here. Now, if I was going to move this guy here, I should have declared that at the beginning of when I was spending all my initiative. So I didn't declare that. I could have said I'm moving this guy. It's going to cost me an extra 2 points, but I didn't do that. So he is done. He was never activated. So we'll stick that. And then that's my turn. So one thing about this game is I do think it takes a little longer than, well, we're explaining as we go, but maybe once I'm better at it, I don't know, more familiar with it, but it does seem to take a little longer than Combat Commander to play. But so that's that.
Yeah, I would agree.
Right. And then it would be then any spent markers that were applied to your units now would then be removed. And then we would move on to your turn. And then you would have the choice of choosing an order matrix. Now, quickly, we didn't discuss it much, but this is there's some pre-assigned cards, asset cards. And so it's known, I've got a very, very, very powerful Panzerfaust. So if any of your infantry if any of your tanks come within one or so of my infantry, then
Infantry.
I can play this as a reaction card, sort of op fire if you like, and the German assets will just, it's an attack, a 41 firepower attack against an adjacent hex.
41?
41. So
Wow.
it's now we haven't talked about is what happens if you got a successful hit. If you'd got a successful hit on this tank here, it wouldn't necessarily be the end of the world. It's not eliminated. A a chit is drawn, and that they vary from not too bad to terrible for the impact on the targeted unit. They can just like unconfirmed kill is very bad and just essentially knocks it out.
Yeah.
And then if you get a second chit, then they are eliminated. And the recover order here, the rally. I'm sorry, the rally order, which is how you try and get rid of those those hits, if you like. Anyway, over to you, Doug. Any
All right.
questions, or are you ready to go? So what
Uh,
you've noticed here, this guy, just to let you before just this guy here, he's not in command unless I drop my second command marker down there,
right.
which I could, then he'd be
Right.
firing for free. That, of course, would be something you might even want to goad me into doing, because then I'd be in great shape for this turn, but then next turn things would get a little bit more expensive. The following turn, I would have 0 command markers, and everything would be very expensive. But you know, if I've got myself into my defensive position by then, maybe that's okay. All right.
Yeah. Now let's talk a little bit about how you, I think I know the answer. How does the turn track advance from 12 to 13? Is that when all the cubes are spent?
Yes, exactly. We go through
Okay.
the turn sequence there, and once the 10th or cube is gone, then we go through the we'll the very first we'll draw the event. Why not? We'll advance the turn marker. We'll do a sudden death roll. It's not appropriate. We'll remove smoke. We'll play the player with the active sniper. It's worth discussing. We'll do that. At the moment, the
Okay.
active sniper is the US. If you look on the top near the time track on the left, the sniper marker is in the US's favor. To change that, well, the US can't change it because it's in their favor. But if I was to play a sniper order, cost the Germans 7 initiative,
Oh,
then I would flip that. And what that does is
yeah.
it has a potential on a dice roll to either eliminate or to eliminate a command marker or to reduce its command radius of all command markers.
I got you.
Right.
Okay. Is there smoke in this game?
There is some of your. What are your
Is it,
assets? What are your assets? Did
well,
you do you have smoke?
does it does it deploy with light mortars, the smoke,
Uh,
in
what
an artillery barrage?
what does the card say?
It
Does it?
says order,
Yes.
conduct an artillery barrage.
Uh-huh.
Place the SR 224 hexes place the SR spotting round
Right.
2 to 24 hexes away from and in the line of sight of a fresh U.S. infantry unit not in melee. Add
Right.
12 to the accuracy roll.
Um, it doesn't say smoke on it, so that is a good question. Let me bring up the so if it doesn't actually say smoke, I'm wondering
Yeah, I mean this
whether
might be one of those deals that card
I
or the
I
unit
think it
has to
says
say
I
smoke,
think it
but
has to say smoke. I'm just cycling through the rules here. Smoke markers interplay via various assets and special actions. And so I think it is not applicable if it doesn't say smoke. That's my guess.
okay.
I'm going to have a quick look at
And then
one other source I have on. I've got all the information here is downloaded onto the from the GMC website. You can get access to the rules and the player aids and so forth. So, I'm going to look at my hard copy actually. I think in the playbook it goes through one of these books. Documentation is great here. It does go. What's the number of your card?
Oh, let's see, 29 ID 4.
Okay, well, I'm looking at heavy battery, for example, which you don't have, and it says some heavy battery assets give that player the option of performing a smoke barrage instead of an artillery barrage. So it would be written on the card. And if it's not written on the card,
Okay.
you're saying light mortars it was?
Yeah. Light
Um,
mortars.
right. No, it would be you'd do an attack. You'd be dropping high explosive.
Okay.
Right.
All
So
right.
if you want to know how effective that would be on my Stug, then you go look at the player's aid, and we would go look at if I could find it, bring it onto the map. There it is. And we would look at barrage, and then first of all, you'd have to get a hit. But if you assume you got a hit, then light mortars. You look at you cross-reference light mortars, which you can see on the left-hand side of this table, the column, against, and then you'd find Stug in the Stug column, which is over on the right. And so you would need to roll, be rolling 2d20s, but you would need to roll a 33 or more.
Ooh, that'd be tough to do.
Right, but then, it's a light mortar.
Right. Okay.
So,
Probably best save for infantry.
yes, probably. So let's get this off the map here.
All right. Well, it seems to me the victory conditions in here imply, you're going to get this guy over here to the east. You haven't picked it up yet,
I forgot
but
about
you're
that
going
one.
to get
Yes,
him.
I'm going to get that one. Yes.
Yeah, you're going to get that one. So I'm one down as it is. So
Two down actually. Two down.
Well, uh,
I
let me
I have
finish.
a total of 3 at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to count those two. The one that you're going to get, and the 2 that you already have, put me 3 down.
Mm-hmm.
There's still 2 unclaimed. So what that tells me is I'm going to have to take these 3 here in the buildings along this road. I can already see it. Otherwise you're going to win, and you already hold the one closest to me. So I'm going to have to maneuver to move that guy out.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be
Right.
a tough
Right.
deal because you got a tank in the building. I can see why you picked the Germans. That's why I was inquiring about the availability of smoke.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right.
That
So
would have been nice.
so looking at this tank,
So
if he op fires, his I think it's called rate of fire value is 4. So if he rolls when his 2d10 attacks, if he rolls a 4 or less, the tank is spent. So, the question you'd have to ask is like, well, why would run a rifleman up there, for example, and try and get the tank spent, and then your
right,
Sherman is
and then
gonna
everybody comes
right,
right up.
right. Your Sherman has
Yeah.
free reign to potentially drive right around the flank of the Stug. So yeah, that probably wasn't the smartest move for the Germans.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We
Hmm.
will see. All right. So
So
let's
your
try
options
this.
are at any point you can play an asset card for 1. You can draw more cards, division support, regimental support, or you can order
Yeah.
some of your troops.
I think we're going to do a move.
All right. So you're going to take the move cube for it's not gone, so it's only going to cost you 4. So you take that cube and drag it over to the right there. There we go. And
And
then
move this 4.
right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So what you do know is next turn it's going to be my turn. Right.
Yes.
Now you choose how many units are you going to activate for this move, and they are
We're going to
all
activate them
3,
all.
right? So you can draw a big box around them all. Right click and say
Yeah.
activate.
And
There we go.
activate.
Right.
All right. So,
Now, which ones are going to move first?
well,
So you can move infantry and tank together, and in which case, in open terrain, the defense value of infantry is reduced by 1 if they're moving. If they're moving with a vehicle, it's increased by 1. So there is that.
all right. We're going to move the machine gun first. He's going to go 1.
Right. I don't think you even have a line of sight to that, but yes, off you go.
No, not yet.
Mm-hmm.
2. I think the tank has a line of sight. Well, no, because the hedgerow goes along.
That's correct. That would probably, well, let's say look at the terrain effects chart for a hedgerow. That would block the line of sight. Looks like it looks like it's called bocage here, which is I guess the idea is they're fighting in. This isn't a hedge; it's bocage. Interesting. So it's +2 if you're going to cross it. Line of sight is actually it's not a blocking; it's a hindrance. A hindrance of 5. So I'm not going to be shooting it through that.
Oh, so you technically could shoot
I could,
along the hex spine?
yes, because it does, but it's got a
All
hindrance
right.
of 5. So I would anything that I rolled, if I rolled my 2d10s, and if I rolled a 5 or less, it would be a miss.
But if you shoot this way, is it still a 5?
If the fire attack crosses bocage, yes,
Okay. All right.
yes.
So that's 1, 2, 3,
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to shoot. You're not drawing me out.
4, 5. All right. There.
And then you would deactivate that guy. I don't think I had a line of
Yeah.
sight for any of my. Oh well, actually, take that back. I take that back. If you look down here, and you might want to revisit that. If you look, so this tank here, the one out of command is not going to fire, but I do have a tank down here, which has got has a free op fire, and so you want to just you probably well you may want to I'll give you the opportunity of taking this guy back because my tank here could shoot into these woods and it wouldn't cost me any um, initiative. The risk is
No, I want to set up in the woods. I certainly don't want to stay back here or here.
right. Okay.
You still might be able to see him. So,
So before you deactivate him, then activate him again. You would give me
all
the
right.
opportunity to op fire at this guy. And so would I
All right.
bother? So it's a fire attack of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I am. So 10, 7 are the stats for the Stug. I'm not going to bother because I'm still thinking you might if I found that if you found that the tank here was spent, then you might run your tank down the side here. Maybe, who knows? It's unlikely,
Yeah. Who
probably.
knows?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to just to show you how this works. The rifle guy here in this stack is a 13-3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 13-3. So his range is 3. So he's firing at a range of 6. He will be shooting at your machine gun here. So that will not be 2d10s, it'll be
Okay.
2d8s. So he's firing with a
Yeah.
13 2d8s. Here we go. There's a more chance, obviously, of missing of rolling a 1 with 2d8s than there are with 2d10s. But I didn't. I rolled a 13. So 13 and 13 is not, it's a pretty healthy 26. So now your guy here is a defensive 9, but he is in the woods. And if we have a quick look at the terrain effects chart, in the woods, your cover is 2. So you would add 2 to that value. So your defense value is 9 plus 2 is 11. And now you roll two
And it's
d10s, trying to
two
beat.
d10s.
Yes.
11.
Oh, not
My
good.
God.
Not good. So once
Oh,
again,
that's about as poor as you get.
that
My
is that
gosh.
is that is yes, that is two better than as poor as you can get. Yes, I'd agree with that. So he's taking a hit. Now
My
the
God.
question is, do you care enough about that guy to hand over the um, the fate
Initiative
card?
card.
Yes, yes. Because what were you trying to get? You had 11. You were trying to. I think if you equal it, you're fine. So you were
So
trying to
I
get.
have 11 and I'm trying. Wow, you got a 26.
I did. Did I do that right? Yeah, I did. I rolled two
Are
d8s.
you
Yeah,
sure?
two d8s. I did.
Oh,
I rolled a 6 and a 7 with two d8s, which is a very good roll, right? I mean, the best you could do is
yeah.
16. I rolled 13.
I suppose I could have used my initiative card on that roll,
That's true.
but
That's true.
yeah, I don't want to go back
All
that
right.
far. I
So
missed it.
yeah.
Um,
Oh no, there's
yeah.
no going back now. That's true. Yeah,
So
you could have.
yeah,
So no,
so that's 11. I got to roll 15 on 2d10.
yes,
That's
unlikely.
tough.
Right.
Unlikely. Just take.
All
Let's
right.
resolve it.
So right click on the unit, and then you can say apply hit marker or Control H, and let's
Oh,
see what
there it is.
happens.
Okay.
Shaken, not bad. So what that it's one of
Wait,
the better
where's?
ones.
Oh, it's underneath.
No, it's on the top.
Oh, there
It's
it is.
yeah.
Now it is. Okay.
It takes a second. You got to like on the Vassal module,
Click on it.
like
Yeah.
click elsewhere, then click back on it to see it.
Yeah.
But it's shaken, so it means you can still fire, you can still move, and to get that removed, you just need to roll higher than a 6 with with your recovery dice. Now, because you are in cover, you wouldn't be rolling everything's a 2d10 base, but because you're in cover, you'd be rolling a 2d12. So when you do
Okay.
play, if and when you do play
Rally.
a
Right.
rally order, then he's more than likely, unless you roll a 1 and a 3 again, he's more than likely to recover. The danger is
Yeah.
he's now, if he takes one more hit, then he's dead. So now, what did I rolled a 6 and a 7, so my guy is not spent. So having seen that, my tank could now follow up, if he wished, and roll a 10. And because as many units as are eligible can undertake this opportunity fire. I'm not going to do it because I don't want to run the risk of having the stug be spent. Although it is tempting, I must say it is tempting. Well, do I really want you there with my infantry moving along? Because if I leave you there, you can still fire and potentially op fire my units moving along the road. You know what? What the heck?
Yeah.
I'm going to throw in the tank. The tank's going to have a crack at it and risk being
I
spent.
think that's smart because
Right,
that's my plan is sneak that machine gun up there and try and cut off your infantry
right,
support of these forward
right,
tanks because they need their infantry.
right. Having said that, though, the tank is only firing with a 10, but it is firing in 2d10s, not 2d8s. So let's give it a go. Let's give it a whirl. So here we go. So that the tank, this is the white stats on the bottom left of the stug because I'm firing at a soft target. I'm firing at infantry. That's why it's a 10 and not the 19. The 19 would be its
The white 10.
Yep. So here we go. 2d8s. Well, it's not a miss, but I did roll a 4 on one of my dice. So now I apply a spent marker to this guy. So right click and put spent. So he is done. He can no longer do any op fire. So that's created a little bit of a risk. If you were to run your tank all the way down there, there's not much I could do about it. But I rolled a 7 and 4 is 11 plus 10 is 21. So 21. Now,
21.
do you
And
wish
I got to
to give me
roll.
the fate card?
No, no, I don't. All right. I can't keep rolling bad. So here we go. 2D. I got to beat 21. I'm sitting there at 11,
At
correct?
11, yes, yes.
11. All right. We should do okay here.
And you do fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
barely.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was close. All right.
All right. Close. All right, so
Okay.
now I'm back to my movement. Oh, I can flip him back
And now
over,
he's
right?
done. Yeah. So now and his stats improve once he's not moving, right? So that's a very, and it goes right, wow, it goes way up to 12. That's interesting. It's a big jump.
Yeah. Okay.
His defense in the woods is now 14.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. All right. Okay. So, uh,
Going to just
let's
turn
move
off. The game's
this
jumping around a little bit, so I'm going to turn off. There's a pro tip.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
going to turn this off here so that no longer happens. But you'll have to tell me where you're
That's
clicking.
in the options,
Yeah,
right?
I zoomed in on the top half of the map, so if you are looking at the bottom half, then let me know and I'll scroll down there.
Oh, okay. No, I'm up at the top. So now I got to figure out which unit one. It's 2 to move into woods, right?
Mm-hmm. For the infantry, yes.
Okay. Um,
And if you'll notice, your troops, you've got green troops over here, which have slightly less morale than the experienced
yeah.
rifle, and slightly less firepower, and slightly less
What
range.
what's the stacking limit?
There is no stacking limit, except
There
for
is no stacking.
except for armor in I can only have you can have one platoon of armor in a building hex. Actually,
Right.
not that hex. This hex is a better example.
+2 to what? Or 2 movement points to move into a building too, right?
Yeah, unless you're moving along a road, of course. In which case you get there's no road bonus. It just negates the other terrain in the hex.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's go. It's just a training
Okay.
video.
Yeah. I know. Training
Stop
video.
trying to win.
1, 2, 3, 4. I can't get as far as I want to get. Damn it. All right, here we go. This guy is going to
Which
move
guy is that?
1.
Can you, if you would, can you do
The
a?
green. Oh,
Yeah, there
yeah,
we go.
the green guy is going to move 1.
Okay, this guy here. He's moved one. Yes. Okay. Oh, yeah. All right.
He's moved 1.
Not
Oops.
responding. Yeah. Carry on.
2,
Mm-hmm.
3,
I do have a line of sight to him. Should I get
do.
it? Listeners, do you think I should? He's firing a 10 against an 8. Do I have anybody else down here can shoot? Well, no, because my tank is so no. Carry on. I can't let him get too close.
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, I think I have to start shooting because I can't just have this infantry walk
When
up to
you
my
said
tank.
I can't let him get too close, you're like trying to draw me in. Like, ooh, that's something that they'll go not do. So I start to do it.
Well,
And
the
I'm
reason I
not falling for
can't
that.
is because, well, the problem is if I get spent, then this guy is in big trouble because then your tank can just waltz down the road and come round the side and then be ready. But then I'd have to respond to that, and it would probably end badly for me. But I do get to move first next time. And you've moved one, two,
Or
three,
fire.
four. Yeah. No,
You can't move and
next
fire.
turn I get my orders first next turn.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Right.
Yeah.
And well, that's not true. If I fire this guy now, op fire, it'll cost me 2 points, or I have to put down another command marker, and that would be a so no. You carry on. You carry on. Do your worst.
Oh, carry on.
Carry on.
Oh,
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Uh huh.
Carry on again.
Yes. Uh-huh.
6.
So there, if I was to shoot, just so you know, I'd be shooting 2d12s,
Right.
but I
Oh,
would,
you know what?
yeah. So do you want to do that? Because there's less
Do I?
chance of me
Well,
being spent if I fire with a bigger dice, of course. I'd still have to
yeah.
make a decision whether I spent, whether if I drop down a command marker or essentially give you the next turn by spending initiative. So up to you if you want to make that. Maybe you want to push me and just make me, it's not a bad play to sacrifice those guys. And one
Well,
other
he's already hanging out there.
right. One other thing, at the time of activation, you could decide to deploy those guys into three. It's a platoon, three sects, three squads, and just move one squad down, and then you'd only be risking one squad. So if you wanted to do that, you could. We would replay that. I forgot to mention that.
Oh, deploy him right now.
Well, let's say you.
I'll just leave him there.
All right, right,
He's
right.
but so if I'm here,
Mm-hmm.
you're 2d12.
2d12s, yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. We'll stay there for now. All right. So he's done.
Right.
Okay. This
Yep.
guy.
Mm-hmm. Now, which guy do you want to
This,
deploy him? Do you
sorry,
want to deploy or
this
not?
guy.
Yes. Do you want to
Nope,
deploy? All right. He's going. All
I
right.
don't.
Right. Do keep
One,
in mind where you're going to where you're going to place your command marker at the end of all this. Right.
right. One,
Mm-hmm. Carry on.
two,
Mm-hmm.
three,
Mm-hmm.
4,
Interesting.
5,
Right.
6.
Once you got here, of course, you're outside of my frontal arc. So I would have been firing at a 2d8. Once you're here, you're still outside of my frontal arc. So if I was to shoot here to here, it would be 2d12 for point blank range, but it'd be back to 2d10 again because I would have to rotate my turret. Oh no, I'm sorry. This is the difference between your Sherman and my Stug. I don't have a turret. You see the triangular mark there? That indicates it's got
Oh, right.
it's got a firing arc. This vehicle would have to pivot, which it could do, but then it would go from 2d 10 down to 2d6, but then back to 2d8 because it's point blank range. Anyway, I'm not responding.
All right. He's done moving.
All right. So then you deactivate that guy.
Yeah. The machine gun's going to move.
Mm-hmm.
50 cal.
Mm-hmm. 5 movement
1,
points. Yeah, okay.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. So if you had moved into here, just so you know, there would have been 2 fire attacks against these 2 units. And
Well, he didn't have the MP to
yeah,
move in
but
there.
if he had done that, and I'm pretty sure that way that works is I have an individual fire attack against each unit, but that is something I would have to check in the rules, to be honest. Or you know what I'm saying is it's an individual fire attack for every unit, but that's something I can look at offline and update with the be direct fire, be page 18. Just looking at the rules here. Each unit activated fire may take a shot after which is right to fire attack. I'll look it up later. Well, we'll need to know once it comes up, I suppose.
All right.
But ammo type, targeting, attack dice. Each I might need to. I can cut this out of the video. Taking too long, but we should find this out. Multiple.
We'll find it out before the next session.
Right, right. Well, there might be some shooting.
It's not. Yeah.
But it should tell. It
All
should
right.
say here.
The next guy will be this guy.
All right. I'll just go back to the screen here. Hang on a second. All right. The next guy will be this guy. All right. Okay.
He's
Where's
going
he
to go
going?
1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
And he's done. And then this guy with the command marker.
I don't think I have my. Let me just check. The screen's still bouncing around a little bit. Did I have the right one turned off? Center on opponent's moves. That's the one I forgot. I turned off the wrong one. There we go. Because I was
Oh,
looking down here to
one.
see if I had any fire people. There's nobody in range to shoot at those guys or even line of sight. Now this one's interesting because this has your command marker. So
Right.
I might be more
So
tempted to shoot at this guy because he has, the command marker.
right. So that's one, two.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Let me see.
I don't think your stick can fire.
Oh, you can. Why not? Why would you say that?
Oh,
This guy?
he's not facing the right way, right?
This is his fire
Unless you
arc here.
moved.
This is his frontal fire arc. From there to there.
Oh, there to there.
Yeah. These three
Oh, you're
hexes
right.
here.
Okay. Yeah, you're
So,
right.
you know what? Because I would like to pin this guy, because if this happens, then these guys will be out of command, and you'd need to play another command marker to do anything useful with them. I'm
Right.
going to take a gamble and have a shot. 10 2d10s, because you're within 7 hexes, right?
All right.
And you're also moving
Does
in
that
the.
cost you anything?
Oh, it does. It does. It costs me. That's a good, very good point. Gets me back to my dilemma of do I want to play my command marker? I think I'm going to do it. I don't think I can give you a second turn. So I'm going to play my 2. This is, again, we're not coming to Battlefield Banter for good
Oh,
tactics, right? So this is a free shot. Here we go. I hope I
worth
don't.
what you pay
I
for
hope
it.
I don't. Yes. I hope I don't get spent. Here we go. 2d10s. Here we go. Oh, I'm spent. Bad news. Very bad news. Well, it's not a bad roll. It's 10
Yeah, a good
plus
roll.
12 is 22. If you want me to keep that, I suspect you do because
I
the
suspect
vehicle
I
the
do.
vehicle
Yeah.
is spent.
Yeah. And then move your initiative marker.
No, I placed a mission command marker down. It didn't cost me anything.
Oh, right.
Right.
I'm
It's
sorry.
still my
Okay.
turn
All right.
next.
Yeah.
Nice try, though.
Okay.
Nice try.
Yeah. Nice try.
So
All right.
now
So I'm sitting there at 9.
9, but you're moving in the open, so actually you're 8.
Okay. 8. And 2d10s.
Yes. You can do this.
8. All right. Uh, that's what?
What do you need? You need
14.
22. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
14. I think that's 14.
Oh, look at that. So now that's tricky for you because, well, you don't know what you have to decide at this point before you draw the hit marker whether you want to re-roll that. Now the hit markers are
No, I don't want to re-roll that.
okay. So but the hit marker you may be pinned, which could stop you moving. Which would
Right.
be bad for the command marker. But other ones, shaken would be great. Wouldn't
Yeah.
bother you because I can't shoot anymore, right? So you can carry on moving.
Well, how do I do that?
So click on the unit.
Well, I apply the hit marker.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good one for you. You can't shoot, but you can carry on moving. And you are now in no danger of being shot at by that
You're
tank
spent.
because I'm spent.
Right. 1,
Right.
2. All right.
Very lucky.
So,
Very lucky. Of course, I will not be spent
3.
at the next turn. And so you need to be careful
Right.
that I don't. One option I could do is I could. Well, you don't want to lose that combat marker, but there's not much choice. Not much chance of you losing it right away. Right, I can't even opt fire against those guys now. So that was 6, was it? 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4,
that
5,
was
6.
6.
Yes, interesting. And now that leaves my
Okay.
tank in a quite vulnerable position because you don't want to have tanks with enemy infantry, unsupported tanks, enemy infantry in the same buildings.
Right.
All right.
All right.
So now you're essentially free to move as long as you stay out of the line of sight of everything else because I have
Right.
well, both my tanks are spent. Well, this one I've got one.
Yeah.
So if you stay out of his line of sight, the one down just in
So the
K5.
armored car can move 19, right?
The armored car is wheeled and it moves 19, and it's a quarter movement for every if it's on road. Now it cannot move into the same hex as an enemy unit. To do that with an armored vehicle, you need to play the assault order, not the move order. Assault order is you move and fire, essentially.
Well, let's see.
But you could get a crawl away across the map, probably to these to the K11 probably. 19 hexes, that's quite a ways. You
All right.
how much does it cost you to move across
All right. It's
Bocage?
1 on
That
4.
just to move across Bocage might be fairly expensive. Let's have a look at the terrain effects. That's the hedges.
And I can't move into a building unless there's a road on it.
Yes, because
Correct.
they all have a white.
Okay, here we go.
Yes.
And if I'm on the road, it's a 1/4, right?
Yes. Do you want to know how much it costs you to move across a hedge?
Sure.
Or let me see. Let's have a look at the train chart. Bocage, it's +6. Plus a bog check.
Okay.
Ah, he has a bog check if you try it. No, oh,
All right.
I'm sorry.
Here we
I was
go. You
I'm
ready?
sorry. I was
We're going to
correction.
move the
No,
armored car.
correction. I was looking at tanks. It's impossible.
Oh,
You cannot move across Bocage in a wheeled
okay.
vehicle.
All right. Fair enough. So here we go.
Right.
1/4.
You can just move it and
And
then you adjust the
then do the
facing.
facing later. All
Yeah,
right.
because unless you move
1/4,
into the line of sight of this tank down
1/2.
here, you're safe.
All
Right.
right. 3/4.
Mm-hmm.
1.
Mm-hmm.
1 1/4.
Mm-hmm.
2 1/4.
No, you're into the clear now. You're moved off the
Yeah.
road. Oh,
So
right.
I went
Okay.
2
Okay.
1/4.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 1/4.
Road. Well, open ground is actually costs you
1.
two for
Oh,
wheels.
so 3 1/4.
Yeah. You still got lots.
3 1/4.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 3 1/4.
Remember, there's a tank here.
Yeah, I know. Thanks. 3 1/4. So
Yes.
that's 5 1/4.
Yes. Now you're back on the road again, potentially.
Yeah. All right.
And your facing would just be just to adjust it would be oops, I just wrong facing. The facing of this guy would be that way because that's the way you just moved.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you've got a
All
facing change if you wish, a free facing change. Right?
No, I want to go on the road.
Okay.
Now I lost count. I think that's
3 1/4 or something like that. It wasn't
oh
very
yeah,
much.
yeah, 3 1/4.
I really don't think you're going to burn
3
19.
1/2.
Now, are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah.
You are opening yourself to
And I
fire.
realize you
Oh,
can
okay.
fire at me.
Okay. Right. So if you're heading for this guy here, then you probably want to do a face. Yes. There's two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
facing change.
That also means that.
Wait, was that right?
No, that's
Mm,
the other
wait a
facing
minute.
change.
Oh, hang on.
There we go. One more. There we go.
There we go.
You want to do that because A, you want to move into here, and B, you want to put this
Yeah.
tank in your frontal arc.
Right.
Although it's 13 versus 12. So because you are in a building, we do apply the in-column marker like that, which is a reminder that you do not get any cover benefits from being in the building.
Okay.
Right. So this guy here, he can't resist that. I'm sorry. It's just like, I got to give it a go. So it's a free shot because he's within mission command of this guy.
Command.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's now if I wanted to see this A here, if I wanted to discard one of my cards, any of my asset cards, I could bump up my attack strength by, but it's limited to the range. If it was point blank, it'd be +8. Here it'd be +7, +6, +5. So I could play a card, my one card, and add 5 to this 21, attack strength. Sorry, 19 attack strength. I'm sorry. Top left here is 19, right? But I'm not going to do that because I like my card. It's the Panzerfaust card, so I'm not going to give it up. It's a valuable card. But that's a very good reason for the Germans, any side with the A factor on their tanks, to bulk up on the asset cards. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to play it's a 19 2d10s, and of course this is the target. So here's my roll. Hopefully I don't get spent. Really, hopefully I don't roll a 1, but I think I'm probably due to roll a 1. Having said that, here we go. There you go. I didn't roll a 1. I rolled 2 ones. So 2 ones is obviously not good. So this guy is both spent and it's a miss. So you don't even need to roll. So you're
Okay. He's spent. All right.
Yeah.
So that was, I think, 5.5.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
5 3/4.
All right.
Well, I
Can
take
we
over the
can we
control.
flip that? We can just flip it. There we go.
All right. And
But did you want to change? Are you carrying on down the
well,
road?
I'm gonna keep going down the road, but you can't shoot at me anyway, so
Right.
it doesn't really
Right.
matter.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's gonna go here,
Mm-hmm.
here, here, here,
Mm-hmm.
here,
Let's get you another marker.
here.
Clone this one and give you another marker there. All right.
Yeah.
And now, that's how many
Now, let
moves.
me
That's
see.
still not very many. But he's probably got enough movement to move back into command again, right? If you wanted to.
Probably.
But so when you move,
Unless I want to just hold
move,
this spot.
yeah. So when you move from here, just here to here. So now your facing is, let's try this right, is that way, right? I think I've got that right. Am I facing the right way? There's too many markers here.
I think that's the right way.
So do you want to do a free facing change now?
Yeah, because I think, let's see.
But
No, I'm just gonna, yeah, I want it to face this way.
Okay, so that's two hexes you need to change. So you spend 1 more movement point to
All right. Okay.
face that way,
I'll just stop right there.
and then rotate it
So,
appropriately. Right. So that's, you're still well underneath your total movement allocation.
why won't it go just a half?
Let me see. Let me give it a go. Let me
It's
give it a
going
go.
2.
Oh. I just tried that. Let's try it in column. I'm facing the wrong way.
Yeah, that's what I want him doing.
Oh, no, you want to go that
you have
way.
him.
You want to be facing this way, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. You got it. Okay.
It's tricky to see with that in column marker. There you go.
It is. All right.
All right.
So,
So then you deactivate that guy if he's done.
Deactivate that guy. All right. So now I took 2. So I've got 3, and you've temporarily got 2.
Mm-hmm.
And there's 2 up for grabs, which you kind of are closer to. Okay. So now I can move my tank. Oops.
He will move at a half movement point on the roads and 1 in the clear. And
so there's a half. 1.
Mm-hmm. Again,
1.5.
he's invulnerable now because all my tanks are spent.
Right.
A suggestion, then, it may be obvious, but you want to get in a flanking position against my tank, such that on my next turn, if I try and move out of trouble, you get op fire. So that's what you want to be looking for, potentially.
It's 1, 2. So that's 3.
That's 3 so far.
3.5,
Mm-hmm.
4.5.
You'd probably do a free change there in terms of
Yeah,
you probably
five
go.
and a half.
So right now, just to catch up, you're facing that way. Do you want to do a
That way,
free?
right.
You're 5.5, and
Um,
maybe you want to change.
well, I think I'm gonna end up going here.
Oh, okay. You're
Oh,
moving
well,
out
wait
of
a
because
minute.
you're at a 2d12 range to this tank by staying point blank. You know,
Oh, right.
think of
That's
Fury
true.
driving right up against driving right up close to the Tiger. Did it do that? Did Brad
Well,
Pitt
but
do
if
that?
he did. But see, here's the problem. You've got a flank shot on me, meaning what I'm worried about is your tank coming around. I guess your tank.
Doesn't have a line of sight to you from there at the moment.
Oh,
Now,
right. And you'd have
there
to
is a
move first.
possibility. There is a possibility I could play an assault order, which is allows me to move and at half my movement rate and do one fire attack at 2d8s. So you do need to be a little careful. But I could, my Stug could come and try and rescue my other beleaguered Stug. The other thing is this:
Yeah, that's what I'm worried
if
about.
this guy just moved straight out of Dodge this way, I'm not sure you'd have a line of sight, would you? Let's see. So there is that too.
I don't think so.
I can't see it. Doesn't fade away. No, it would be blocked. So that's so if you stopped here, yeah. So it's not. You've got choices. Uh, but that's where you are at the moment, and you've only spent, I think, what, three, maybe? One, two, three, four. You're at 4.5 right now.
I'm if I'm here,
Mm-hmm.
do I
Yes.
have a line of sight to where he is now?
Yeah. Oh, yes. This is just like Combat Commander. You're
Okay.
not brushing through the.
All
Yeah.
right. I think what I'll do is I'll go there. I'll stop there.
You'll stop there. You won't go round and get a flank shot. Okay.
Well, because if I go around and get a flank shot, so if I'm here,
Mm-hmm.
then this guy under the assault that you
Right.
just pointed out,
Right. Right. Mm-hmm.
he'd get a flank shot on me.
Yes. Yes.
And
He could do. He could do.
you've got you've got 3 tanks and I've got 1.
Well, you could move to
So
this
I think
one. You could move to this one and point this way. Remember, my tanks can't come through the woods. If you're here,
true.
and you've got your frontal arc is covering these guys here, then
Yeah, but if
you're
I'm here and you exit this way,
I
you'll
I can
escape.
only exit this way. The
Oh,
other thing I
oh,
could
that's
do
true.
is I could rotate in place to exit here, but that's spending a movement point. So I'd be rotating in place in here, and then you would get a free shot.
Shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay.
Uh,
I tried,
yeah.
listeners, viewers. I did give my best advice.
Well,
Sometimes I'm
because
giving him the good advice.
yeah, if I'm here, then you'd move in place, then I could shoot you before you move.
No, I would rotate, and then you would get a shot at 2d12s, right?
Oh, in your flank or in your front.
Well, I would have rotated presumably to to offer my.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot to mention, you talked of smoke. This guy can fire smoke by looks of things. That's what the S is for there.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
So, so if I'm here,
rotated
you,
appropriately, right?
yeah. If
Rotated
you, well, see, here's what I'm.
like
If
that.
you, yeah,
That's what we're talking
yeah.
about, right?
All right. So, listeners, if he wanted to run away, he could go right here.
Yeah, but then you would
Correct.
get a flank shot, or right? There's no rear. It's either frontal or flank, so this would be a flank shot because
Yeah.
you'd have a line of
That'd
sight
be a
there,
flank shot.
right? It wouldn't be. It would be not. It wouldn't be 2d10s, 12s rather. It'd be 2d10s because you wouldn't be point
Right.
blank anymore. But
Whereas if I'm here, it's 2d12s. Right? That's the basic difference. It's still a flank shot if you're here, isn't it? Yeah.
Sorry, I missed the. Yeah, if I move,
All right.
if you're here, and I move here, it would still be a flank shot. That's correct.
And 2d12.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a better spot.
All right. What you're Okay. Well, let's leave it like that then.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right. Well, because
It is my turn. It
because
is my turn next. You understand that, right?
uh,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I know, but I mean,
All
I'm
right.
hoping for opportunity fire.
Well, there's
You may
okay.
just stay put and fire on me,
Right.
but at the same time, um, you got one of those cover things, right?
There's no
Or
cover.
column, or
Yeah, there's no. I'm not. No one's in. Neither tank is in cover because I'm.
no, but where's your column mark? Oh, there's your column
Yeah,
marker.
it's
I see it.
under the
Okay.
spend marker. All
Yeah.
right. Well,
So
that's
for
that.
you to, for
Let's
you,
move on.
yeah.
Let's not overanalyze it. Let's
Well, I
keep.
just
We're
want
losing
to
listeners here.
explain it. All right. For you to escape, now you can go here where I still have a shot.
I
You
can't.
have to move.
Yeah, tanks can
Yeah.
reverse, of course.
Right.
Right.
Okay. I'm
Right.
going to stay put
All
there.
right.
All right. So he's done.
Mm-hmm.
He's done.
All right.
Deactivate. And then the last guy has 6 movement.
Yes.
And I got a line of sight through there, I think. Okay. So he's going to move I got my machine gun up here.
Not sure what you meant by that, but line of sight through.
He's going to come down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right.
He's in command.
Yeah. And
All
then he
right.
would
And so he's
deactivate.
deactivate.
Right. So,
And so that means I'm done,
right.
right?
And we're an hour and 36 in.
So this is a good spot to stop.
I think so. I think so.
I,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, granted, it was one turn, both sides. A lot of stuff going on in this game.
Right.
Um,
Right.
but I think we asked a lot of questions and
Mm-hmm.
explained a lot of stuff. I
Right.
think this was an effective, what do we call this? Boot camp?
Boot
This was an
camp.
effective boot camp.
Battlefield Banter Bootcamp, the very first one, Fighting Formations, 29th Infantry Division. Yes. So,
I
yeah,
like it.
if you like that, then feel free to if put what you liked in the comments. If you didn't like it, then don't bother.
Put that in if you want.
Any
We
rules
want to
errors?
improve.
Any rules errors? And I'm looking at you,
Oh,
Noel.
please put those in.
Put those in.
Yeah.
And yeah, if we got enough views, who knows? We might even carry on and spend a couple more cubes on the order matrix. What do you think, Doug? Are we going to carry on? We
Yeah, we're going
probably
to keep
should
going on.
to see how my beleaguered Stug crew gets out
Yeah.
of this one. Is it even possible?
Well,
We'll
my
see.
appetite is wet for Fighting Formations 29th Infantry. I don't know. It's a little more fun playing the Americans in a scenario with Americans. The whole German Russian thing wasn't quite as captivating to me for some
Really, because
reason.
you're an
I
East
don't
Front
know.
guy. You like the Russian campaign and so
Well,
forth. That's an
I,
interesting comment.
I,
I'm looking
I
forward to
think the
playing the British in
Eastern.
here. The British, I saw when I opened. I haven't punched my game yet, and I haven't looked through the scenario book. But there are Churchill crocodile tanks in there, the ones that tow
Oh, right.
the flamethrower equipped tanks, which
Well,
that'll be interesting.
yeah, I went on a new website called Thrift Books that my son turned me on to
Hmm.
and found a couple of books um, that Kai Jensen refers to on the 29th Infantry. And I ordered those yesterday. So those
There
are
you
winging
go.
their way towards
All
me.
right.
Yeah, I'll, in our next boot camp, I will mention the author. Its name escapes me, but
Hmm. Hmm.
actually, let me click once. It might be up here. Uh,
Well, we'll let the listeners
no,
get to bed while
I
you
don't
work
see
on
it.
that, Doug. I think.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night from him, and it's good night from me.